Here are a couple of applications dealing with scientific notation. For my first question, I have the government lending money to troubled financial institutions, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. The government committed an estimated $750 billion to these companies. And because we're dealing with scientific notation, I'm going to go ahead and write that answer as a scientific notation value. So I would move 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 places to get the decimal between the 7 and the 5. So 7.5 times 10 to the 11th is the scientific notation representation of that value. And the money per person, if the population at the time was 300 million, again, I'm going to write that as 3 times 10 to the 3, 6, 7, 8, 3 times 10 to the 8th. So here I need to sort of figure out, am I adding these values, subtracting, multiplying, dividing? Well, if I'm trying to find out how much per person, then that means I'm going to be dividing because I've got a value. So this would be money, and then this would be people. So I'm going to divide these values to find money per person. So when I divide with scientific notation, I'm going to divide these two values. So 7.5 divided by 3 is 2.5. And then 11 minus 8 is 3. So 2.5 times 10 to the third is my solution. This is representing money per person at that time. Again, if they wanted that value not in scientific notation, I would simply move the decimal 1, 2, 3 places. So it would be $2,500 per person. Try this one on your own, then press play to see how you did. For this one, we're dealing with a distance between Earth and Andromeda galaxy, which is 1.8 times 10 to the 6 light years away. And we're assuming that 1 light year is 6 times 10 to the 12th miles. So we're trying to find the distance in miles. So here, because I've got a value in light years and I know what each light year represents in miles, I'm going to multiply those values. So I'm essentially taking 1.8 times 6, which gives me 10.8. And then I'm going to add the exponents on the tens, so 6 plus 12 is 18. And we know obviously that this is not an acceptable way to show our answer. So I'm going to move that decimal 1 place to the left. So 1.08 times 10 to the 19th would be my solution. And again, this is a story problem, so I would probably write a sentence that said the distance in miles from Earth to the Andromeda galaxy is 1.8 times 10 to the 19th miles.